What's up my friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making the Brown Bomber, which is a fantastic cocktail created by Meehan. This cocktail is extremely easy to make, and by that I mean like Negroni easy. But don't be fooled by its simplicity, because you will see its flavors will take you somewhere else, and that's what I love about this drink. Simple but complex. I love it and I know you can love it too. So without further ado, let's dive right into it and let's make together the Brown Bomber. Let's go. This video is brought to you by Into the End, which is a clothing brand I fell in love with a little while back, and since then I legit been wearing their t-shirts like 95+% of the time, like not just in my videos, on a daily basis as well. Like this t-shirt I'm wearing right now is part of their graphic collection, which is awesome. Beautiful colors and beautiful designs, but they also have a basic collection, which I literally abused. And on both collections, they check all the boxes of what I like to call the holy trinity of apparel. They fit me like a glove, the fabric is super comfortable, and they have that little attention to details that really makes them stand out. And right now, by the time I'm posting this video, they are still running their biggest sale of the year. So head over to their website using the link in the description below. You're gonna have great deals on beautiful apparels. But if you're watching this video like further in the year, you can always use my promo code TOTR10 at checkout for an additional 10% discount site-wide. So thank you very much Into the End for that, and thank you for sponsoring this episode. Now, the cocktail. So the Brown Bomber, I don't have a lot to say about the history of this cocktail just because, well, there's not a lot of history about this cocktail. It was created by Meehan in 2008 for the spring cocktail menu of the PDT in New York City, and it's kind of his response to the White Negroni. He uses Tennessee whiskey instead of gin, plays a little bit with the ratios, and boom, you get yourself an exquisite, fantastic, extremely tasty cocktail with only 3 ingredients. So that's pretty much it for the history, so let's just skip right to the ingredients. You're gonna need for this cocktail some Tennessee whiskey, but today I'm using bourbon because I love it, and also Meehan claims in his book that you can use pretty much any Kentucky straight bourbon in this cocktail and it's gonna work perfectly. Then you're also gonna need some Lillet Blanc and Suze. By the way, this cocktail I picked it up from Meehan's Bartender Guide, which is a fantastic cocktail book. Honestly, if you don't have it already, I highly recommend it. The amount of information in there is insane, and I love the cocktail section. It's packed with great recipes, and there's one thing in it that I don't think I've ever seen in any other cocktail books. For every cocktail recipe, he writes some hacks on how to perfect the cocktail. For example, in this one, the Brown Bomber, he says, as I told you, that you can use pretty much any Kentucky straight bourbon instead of George Dickel 12 Tennessee whiskey. That's the one that he uses. But he also says that for him, Lillet Blanc is not really interchangeable, and don't use Cookie Americano instead of it. He doesn't like it in this drink. So I think this is very useful in the cocktail book, especially when you're making cocktails at home and you may be limited in the quantity of bottles that you have in your own bar. So once again, highly recommend it, and I'm gonna link it in the description below. But now let's make the cocktail. First, in a mixing glass, we're gonna pour 2 ounces or 60 ml of bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of Lillet Blanc, and 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of Suze. Then we're gonna fill our mixing glass with ice and stir it for about 60 revolutions. Next, we're simply gonna strain it in a chilled cocktail coupe. And for the garnish, Meehan's recommend a lemon twist. I personally don't like a lemon twist on this cocktail. I think it makes it too bright and fresh, and I really enjoy the bold flavors and the bitterness and earthy notes of the cocktail, especially on the nose without the lemon zest. But what I like to do, and what I recommend you do too, is to spray just a little bit of Angostura orange bitters on top. Just one spray. It's gonna add just a little bit of gentian nose. It's gonna make it slightly citrusy because of the orange flavors in the bitter, and I think it works really nicely. So just one spray of Angostura orange bitters. And there you have it, the Brown Bomber. Cheers. This is a fantastic cocktail. And I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the video, I told you this was Meehan's response to the White Negroni. And I think it's kind of a hybrid between a Boulevardier and a White Negroni. And that's really what I feel when I sip on this cocktail. It is bold, rich, the wood notes of the bourbon go so well with the Suze and the hearty notes of the gentian. I think it is a great cocktail and also an awesome way to demonstrate that sometimes just a small change in a cocktail, here a swap of ingredient, that's it, makes a world of a difference and can create a whole new world of flavor. I love it and I hope you're gonna love it too. So my friends, this is it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go, to turn that bell if you want to make sure not to miss the next video. And until then, thank you very much again. Have a great day and see you very soon. Cheers.